Hello, hello, hello everybody. It's Pip here from queenpipcards.com and the Card Making Know-How Academy, whose doors are open, so please do join us. Right, so here I am. Today we're going to be looking at watercolour pencils. Okay, so we're going to go straight in with some stamping and then some colouring in with watercolour pencils. If you have your watercolour pencils, please grab them, bring them with you, stamp something, and then we'll crack on and do some colouring together. Okay, so let me go hands down. I'm just going to put my lights on. Now this isn't my normal Monday, so I don't know how many of you are going to join me live today because I've kind of caught you on the hop, I know. It's like, what? She's live? Hey, how did that work? But I had the other week three videos, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was a whole thing, and I was, tired from that. So I thought, no, I'm going to give myself a week off and then come back this week. So that's why I'm here today. Okay, so we've got some white cardstock. This is just normal cardstock, so I'm not using watercolor cardstock. I'm going to use just ordinary white cardstock today and show you how you can use that for dry colouring with some additional tips. Hi Nikki, how are you? Nice to see you on here. How are you feeling? How's everything gone with you? Okay, I hope. And I'm going to be using today this stamp set, Lifelong Friends. I love this stamp set because I feel like it's got kind of more me shape in some of these images and stuff, a bit more real life in my view. And we're going to put this onto the card crooked. So Nikki, I know you're definitely an OCD girl, a little bit like me normally, but so don't panic. I'm not cutting anything. You'll be pleased to know. But I am going to stamp this just slightly skew if, which is going to probably make everybody go, ooh, but I'm doing it for a reason. Okay, so, oh, you still can't drive yet. Oh no, that's not good. Hello, you're from Ohio. Somebody from Ohio, Earth Angel 6 from Ohio, finally caught alive. Hello, welcome. Yes, see, the time zone thing has happened, hasn't it? So the clocks have gone, they've sprung forward for you already. We don't go till the end of the month. So at the moment, I think I'm an hour earlier or an hour later than I normally am for you. So I think we've lost our Australian girls for a minute and then gained our US girls. So it's all very complicated. Time zones, eh? Time zones. Okay, so I'm going to position this like so. As I said, slightly skew if, but don't panic. It'll all be good. It'll all be good. And I'm just doing this image in smoky slate, so it's a bit paler. It's Jane. Hello. Oh, lovely to see you. Excellent. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you're here. So we've done it in smoky slate just because sometimes the black is a little harsh. And because I'm not going to be using water with it, I don't need to worry about stamping a non-water-based ink. Okay. So, hi Ange, nice to see you. It is a drizzly UK, although the sun's just come out over here, so you might be getting some sun your way shortly. Now, I'm using my Stampin' Up! Pencils because I know lots of you have the Stampin' Up! Pencils. I have to admit, these are the old packs. I don't have the new packs yet. So, I don't have the different colour that they've got. So I've still got like the old Bermuda Bay and stuff. So apologies if the colours are slightly different to what you have, but they'll be close enough. Okay, so let's get going. First of all, I like this because I don't have to do too much flesh other than legs. And I guess I could do, I could leave them like, I could put them as if they were wearing tights, but I feel like this is a summery thing where they might not have tights. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Coastal Cabana to just add a little bit of shading just in the dark places where there's a little bit of shadow, and I'm not really going to colour the legs much more than that. Just a bit down here. They're just going to have to be pale, a bit like me. Could make this one a bit darker, but we'll see how we go. You can make your people whatever colour you like, but I'm feeling like, not that I would ever wear shorts like this, but this is kind of a bit more me than. And I've got long hair here as well. Maybe my sister when she was here. Okay, so then we've got baskets. Yeah, we've got baskets here. So let's go. I've got a brown and a kind of a, this is Caucasian Craze, so it's like a orangey brown. So we'll start off with the orangey brown. And I'm just going in lines for this one. So I'm following the lines of the basket here. Okay, so we're not going to do anything other than that, and that just sort of helps to get it in the right shape. And I've probably gone over a few leaves, but hey ho, that's all right, we can colour them a different way. This is going to be darker over here, so we'll just darken that a smidge, but nothing much. And then this will be sort of darker over here, and again following the lines down. This just sort of helps to get the image kind of feeling like it should. I don't really know how to describe it, but I feel like if I did circles, it wouldn't be right. It needs to be lines on this bit. And a bit darker at the bottom. I can do a circle, like a more landscapey line that way. So for our girls who are joining us who can't see or can't see very well, this is a image of two women, backs towards us, so they're facing away from us. And they've both got baskets with flowers in their arms. And now I'm just adding a darker colour to the lip of one of the baskets, and then just adding some, we'll just add some bit more shading in. And notice that I'm starting off quite light and then I'm going darker with each overlaying of the pencil. So this is my first top tip of today for watercolour pencils. Okay, start light. You can always add, you can take away actually with watercolour pencils. A good poly rubber will take it away, but it's a lot easier if you don't have to take it away and you just sort of get it right to start off with. And for me that means start with the lightest of touches and then just keep adding colour over it until it gets to the colour that you want. Okay, we'll probably come in under here a little. So yeah, so they've got two baskets. They're wearing shorts and a skirt. One's wearing shorts, one's wearing a skirt. They're not both wearing both, if you know what I mean. That would be weird. And then they've got hair. One's got a hair up, one's got a hair down. So we'll just colour all of the different bits in different colours. And again, we've got some skin tones, and the closest we've got in our watercolour pencils with Stampin' Up is this Calypso Coral, really. So just a very, very pale, really, I mean, almost like you're not touching the paper, can give you just a little bit of definition against the white of the cardstock, if that makes sense. A little darker under there. Okay, so I'm just colouring in the arms at this point, very lightly. Okay, can you see that? How are we doing? All right. Doesn't really show on camera very much, but if I lift it up, can you just see there's just that? Ooh, come on, focus, focus. Are we going to focus? We're not going to focus. There we go. So you can just see I've just coloured just a little touch on the legs and on the arms to just give it that different colour. Okay, so now we need to pick some colours for her clothing and the flowers, both the clothing and the flowers. So if I show you what cardstock I'm going to be using, so this is going to be my card base, which is Coastal Cabana. So I like the idea of bringing a little bit of Coastal Cabana in there, and possibly, actually, what's that? Is that Balmy Blue? Oh, that's Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. Now, see, in my eyes, those should be round the other way in terms of colour coding, because Bermuda Bay was darker than Coastal Cabana, but hey ho. And then let's use some, what else? Maybe some blues would go with that. We've got a Night of Navy, we've got the Old Pacific Point, we've got Balmy Blue. So I think all of those would kind of go nicely together. And then let's let's do some opposites to that. Okay, so we can use the Coastal Cabana and potentially the pumpkin pie, because oranges and blues and yellows look really nice together. So we could definitely do that. We'll definitely need some greens. So I've got granny apple and garden, and old olive actually as well. They'll be good for the flowers and the leaves in the basket. What else have we got here? Crushed curry, maybe. And then we could just add a little, let's just add a little gorgeous grape there for orange. And we've got some pinks. I don't think reds are going to come into it. Again, people say, oh, pink and orange don't go, but you can get them to go if you just use them in the right way. So I might use those for flowers. There we go. So see, I'm setting my colours out. Hi, Sue. Setting my colours out so that we've got separated like flowers, and then what we're going to wear for what they're going to wear on their clothing, and then we'll also have some hair. We need some for hair, don't we? Okay, so we're going to use pretty much all the colours apart from reds. We might even use a bit of black, and we're not going to use the white and the grey at this point. But who knows? I'm just going to finish off. We've just got a little bit of neck showing up here. So we'll just finish that off with a little bit of very delicate coastal cabana. All right, so let's go. I think these shorts look like they're jean shorts. So let's go with sort of a denim-y, jeany kind of colour here. So we'll start with Pacific Point. Let's see how we go with this. And for this, I'm doing what I call my quick colouring. So just up and down, 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 just to give us a bit of base colour, really fast. Okay. Then we can start coming in and doing some areas of shading. It's definitely going to be shadow in here, round by the tops of her legs and at the sides. And you can kind of see that because that's where Stampin' Up! I've already put the darker bits on the image with these lines. Obviously we've got the lines from the pockets. I might make those a different colour. Let's make those a little, because sometimes jeans have got little extra coloury bits, haven't they? We'll just add a little extra colour to those, and then we'll keep going. So now that we've got that initial colour layer, now you can go in, and she's going to have, like, it's going to be lighter over her backside because, you know, it's sticking out a bit, so it's going to be a bit lighter. It's going to catch the light, but at the end of the day it's fabric, so it's not going to have too much like shiny light and shade, but it will have a little bit of extra light. Bless her. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm not particularly bothered about doing like a perfect solid colouring and all that kind of stuff where, you know, you can't see it. I quite like the sketchy look that you get with watercolour pencils. So I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to add a bit more of this alternative colour down here in her turn-ups, at the bottom of her shorts. There we go. And then again, just make a little bit darker edges, like so. Okay, and then for her top, I think she would look nice with a yellow top. So we'll just, again, quick colouring. Along the sleeves. Okay. And then we'll go over with some darker. Oh, I've been chopping rose bushes down at the weekend. My forearms are killing me. Probably wasn't a great idea to be doing colouring on today's episode, but here you go. Such is life, right? You got to do the stuff in the garden before it gets too mad again. We went a little bit further than we thought we were going to, I have to say. Now we chopped a lot. Okay. So here again, darker on the bits where it says, lighter on the top of the shoulders. Okay, darker under here. Excellent. Alrighty, so we've now started to get a little bit more. And then I think a little orange belt would be quite nice there. We could just do a little orange belt. Like so. And basically the darker areas are just going to be at the corners on this. She's got some darker underneath where her hair's hitting. The top of the shoulders will be lighter because the sun's obviously going to be hitting from the top. And they're obviously outside, so you can just take that to the bank and know that that's okay. This is going to be a little lighter on top because it's poking out a bit, a little darker underneath. There we go. All right, and then on this lady, we can do her. Let's do her all in orange because this looks like a dress to me, but with a different belt colour. So this is going to be again my quick colouring, very sketchy. Hey Paula, how are you? Just popping in to say hi before you're off to work, eh Paula? That's lovely to see you again. Hope you're doing well. And at this point it looks kind of, okay, a bit rubbish, but that's okay. We kind of know that. All right, so I've left this a little lighter. So that this is again at the top. It's going to get hit by the sun. And then it's going to come a little darker down the sides. I actually want this quite dark, this one, I think. We can excellent, there we go. So just a little lighter at the top on her shoulders, darker underneath, a bit darker here, to light in the middle, darker on the outside, just as we go around the belt area of the skirt. And then she's obviously got a bit of shading going on here where the lines are, so we can make it a little lighter above, a little darker below. And again, I'm not really worried too much about this, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This one's looking a little bit more shady than the jeans, but that's okay, we can cope with that. Okay. Make this a little darker. Again, just with some nice straight lines. You've got to be careful. Sometimes you get a sharp bit on your pencil and it can add a bit more colour than you were anticipating. But don't worry about that. Get some nice. And if you just flick down from the area that you want, it gives you a nice solid finish, like just at that point. So then it looks a bit better. Hopefully you're seeing that. I know everyone's quiet, aren't they, Paula? I don't know, normally everyone's chatting and talking about stuff and asking things, but yeah, everyone's very quiet today. Maybe because it's colouring. Colouring always gets people quiet. They're just watching. But I agree. Very quiet. Now here I'm doing the same, but I'm almost no pressure because I want to keep it light. But again, just those little flicky things. Just make sure that you've got it in the areas you want. Okay, so there we go. Now there she is. And I'm going to give her a nice blue. Let's give her a blue belt. Okay. And I almost feel like she's got like a blue slip coming on under here, or a blue. It's like a two-tone dress. See that? Maybe your sound is not working. No, well, it's alive. It's no, you can only see me. Hopefully you can you hear me okay? Or maybe I better check mine. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I've got the right camera working, so that's okay. Oh, it's just hypnotic watching you, says Nikki. Thank you. I'll put you to sleep in no time. You'll be fine. Okay. Okay, so we've done the dresses so far. I can just see a little bit here that needs a bit extra. Sometimes stepping away from it, like because you're quite close when you're colouring, stepping away, looking at it from a distance can sometimes help you work out where you want a bit more. So now I'm thinking I probably do need a bit more coming in on here, on the shorts. I'm going to do a bit more of that flicky stuff. Okay. Yeah. And you can flick downwards too, but you know, I find I have more control when I flick upwards. So if I want to do her belt, like just under the belt, I'm going to turn it around and flick down from that, or up as it were. Just to give me that little bit more control. Okay. And now just lightly going over that again. I think it's a little too light now. But if we go over again, that's fine. It'll still stay quite light because I'm doing very light touches. Excellent. Okay. So now, what can we do now? Let's do her hair. So obviously this one's going to need brunette hair because she's got a yellow top. So let's not do yellow hair for her. So we'll just add some brown. And again, I'm going with the flow of the hair, like the flow of the image. It just helps to make sure that you're flowing the hair in the right sort of way. I feel like she's got a bit of a band there going on. That's like is that like a headband or something? I don't know. I think she's got something going on. Or maybe she's got a hat. Oh, maybe she's got like a, yeah, tough. She's going to have hair, I've decided. It's going to be hair. I think she probably has like a headscarf on. I never wear a headscarf, so. But I think that's probably what she's got on, is a headscarf. But we'll just change that up and just make that into hair. It's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your image. It can be whatever you want it to be, right? Hi, Lynn. Oh, she's got to go. Paula's got to go. It's a Kardashian bun. It is a Kardashian bun. Yes, it is. Oh, dear. So we'll just do a little bit more flicky with the hair. Okay, now I've done the dark bits. I could probably add in a little bit of a blue ribbon here. Let's just do a little bit of a blue tie here, because I think that's kind of what that is supposed to be. So we'll just put that in there. And now I'm going to add some tones, because no hair is flat one colour, not unless you get it dyed like that. So all hair is different colours generally. Just add some different tonal bits in here. Different up here. There we go. And it will be lighter on top, just because that's where the light's going to strike it. And obviously she's got shiny hair. So we'll let her have shiny hair. She deserves to have that. Okay. And then we'll come back in here with the dark. And if you really want to make dark, then just add a little black in here as well. Just do a little tone of black in there, just to really darken some of this down. And a bit more brown. And, you know, you can see if you can get these to blend a little. Okay, I think that looks all right, kind of multicoloured. My arm is definitely hurting. And I feel like this girl has definitely got brown hair as well, but more kind of gingery hair. I'm going to go gingery. So we're going to start with a base of crushed curry, which, yes, I know it's orange, it's yellow, but that's giving us a base. And then we'll go with some calypso to kind of make it a little bit more coppery without going too pumpkin pie, which is exactly the same as her dress. So we don't want it to be that colour. So we'll add some calypso coral, a bit of Cajun craze. No, not Cajun craze, crushed curry. And this time I'm going round because this is curly hair, right? So she doesn't need streaky bits, she needs curly bits. Alright, and then we might add a bit of Cajun craze actually in here. Just into the darker areas. There we go. Yeah, see, so she's got more like my mum's old hair, gingery. Okay. In fact, she was very ginger, so we might actually add a bit more calypso coral. There we go. Okay, so then we need shoes. So I'm thinking probably, these are probably flip-floppy kind of things, aren't they? So brown, maybe just a, it's either a brown or a Cajun. I might just go Cajun, just to see how they look. Yeah, they kind of look like that. Yeah, I think these are just like flip-floppy, sandally soles. You can almost see that one there. A bit like that, the strap over it, like so. Okay, it's going to be darker under here as we're nearing the ground. Okay. I'll just add a little bit of a shadow under here, just a little darkness at the bottom. Okay. And then I kind of want to add something that they're walking on. So I hate seeing feet like just hanging in the air. So I feel like we need to just add a little bit of shading at the bottom here. So they've got some ground to be walking on. And I'm just doing this in a little bit of a black. We don't need to do much, just a little bit of, you know, single line scribbling. Just gives them a path to be on. And then they don't feel like they're just hanging in air, floating. And then all we've got left now to do is just the flowers, really. So we've got our greens. So we'll put some greenery in here. Some greens in the background. Okay, and then some stalks by the looks of it on this side. Doesn't look like a lot of green over this side, but I'm going to put some in nonetheless, because otherwise it's sort of hanging by itself, if you know what I mean. I'm going to need a little bit of green in the background of these things. Otherwise they're not going to be connected to anything, so we'll just sort of casually put in some green in between the flowers, like so. That's actually a leaf, so we'll do that. That might also have been a leaf, but we'll just stick a bit in there. Doesn't have to be true to life, if you know what I mean. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just add a little bit of greenery just so that we've got something to sit the flowers on. And then we're going to go with some pink flowers. This is actually an old, very old colour called Rich Razzleberry. It's a lovely colour. Almost like a maroony colour. And just add that there. And then on this side we'll go a little brighter. Bit of Melon Mambo. And again, these I'm not really doing much in terms of making them, you know, too shaded, too light. We'll add a bit of that in a minute. There we go. That kind of looks okay, don't you think? What do you think? I don't think it needs much more than that, really. I'll just put a little bit more shading in, maybe on these. And a little bit more Rich Razzleberry. Make sure we've got all of the petals. And if you want it to get sharper, then you just sharpen your pencil, and then you'll have a much more detailed tip that you can then do, you know, more detailed work. But I quite like using a blunt tip and just working it the way I like. Okay, so I think we've pretty much done with our colouring now. Now for some added zing, and if you just want to make your parts of your picture zing and pop a little bit, I wouldn't do all of it, but I'm going to just use my Wink of Stella on the flowers. Flowers can always deal with a bit of a zing and a bit of a sparkle. And because you're adding a little bit of liquid, it's just going to make those pop a little bit more. Plus it's going to add that extra sparkle to it, which is very nice. So we'll just do it to the flowers. Can you see how it just brings them up a little? Like it deepens the colour. But because it's not a lot of water, it's not going to damage your cardstock. So it's not going to make it pill. There we go. And you probably can't see that, but can I show it to you? Can you see the sparkle now on the flowers? Just a little sparkle on the flowers. So pretty. Okay, so tips for watercolour pencils. Build up your layers. Don't do it all at once. I'm trying to put that away. Go away. So build up your layers. Don't put them all at once. Use that flicky motion to help get right into the detailed edges. Always ground people. Make sure that they are standing tall on something. And then just add a little bit of Wink of Stella to things that you feel like would benefit from it. If you wanted to, you could add just a tiny bit of like a blender pen to the dresses to make them look a bit more even. But I like the kind of hatched effect. So let's move those away, and then you'll see how I'm going to finish this off. So first of all, I need oh, I didn't bring out my Coastal Cabana ink pad. I need a darker ink than that actually. What should we use as a darker one with that? Let's use Summer Splash. See how that looks on there. So I'm doing a label. If I can get my ink pad open. Oh, my arms are so weak today. Oh dear. Right, here we go. So just got this. So happy to have you in my life. Oh, that shows up nicely against that. I think that's a nice sentiment. And then I'm going to use my now retired oval punch. Oh, would that fit? Oh, it might fit. I didn't think it would fit, so I didn't do it for that size, but that's... But before I do that, I'm going to realise that that's the bit I'm actually using for my layer. So I don't want to stamp and punch that bit out. Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? Oh, and I've just dropped my paper on the floor. Dear me, let's try that again. It was all going so terribly well, wasn't it? And then it wasn't. Okay, so now what I need is here. That's better. Now let's see if that will go. Oh, look, it will. It'll fit just about in there. That's nice. So in that case, do I want to do it in... Do I want to layer it? No. No, I was gonna go straight on with the colour. I'm gonna continue to go straight on with the colour. See, I could have stamped it on white and then layered it on the coastal, but I thought no, I'm not going to do that. Let's think there for a moment. But you could cut that out with a die if you have a die that matches. Okay, so now we've got that and we've got that, and I need to go and rescue the paper which fell on the floor. Hold on. Oh, it's all go today. Right. So the paper that I decided to match it with is this. So now you can see my choice of colours really. And this is called, what's this called? Wildflower Birthday Speciality Designer Series paper. And I like it because it's got all this gold in it. See the gold? Oh, lovely. Really nice. But because it's got gold, that means I'm going to use my tape runner. I also like this side as well. It's like hard. I hate it when they do that. You've got papers on both sides that you like. Grr. At least you get 2 sheets, which is always good. And then I'm going to put this down. I can tell you what I might do. I might bring that back up again so you can see more. That might help. So I'm going to put this down here. So I'll just use tape runner on that. Perfect. Alrighty. And then we're going to glue this to the layer. Good job I didn't punch that out, eh? Or more to the point, just chop the bit off, which I was going to just start hacking around at the bottom of it. There we go. The reason why I did them slightly crooked is because I want to put this slightly crooked on here. So if they're straight, this can be slightly crooked. See how that works? And I was thinking about putting it up on a layer, but actually I think it's fine as it is because it's got the ooh, that's a bit gluey. Where did that come from? Oh, it must have warmed up in here. You can always tell when spring arrives and my glue starts warming up because it starts to do that. Okay. So let's just create this sort of here-ish, like so. So we've still got some of that lovely gold showing. They are kind of straight-ish. We can always wiggle it so that they're straight. There we go, that's a bit better. And then we'll pop this just here on dimensionals. And then, where are my dimensionals? Oh, I need a new page. Okay, that's fine. I'll have this just there or there. No, looks no, looks better down here. So we'll pop this down here. No soggy middles. There we go. And that can go straight across there. Oh, and if you're in the membership and you're in the US, I finally managed to sort out my links. So you should have received an email with some links about links for buying stuff in the US on my Amazon store for those things that you can't get from Stampin' Up. And then should we do a few little gems? I don't know that it needs gems. Let's see. You know, like I always say, everything needs bling, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, but what bling? What bling indeed? Because these are all a bit big. These are kind of gold. These might go nice. These might go nicely. Let's see, what are these? Adhesive Back Metallic Gems. I've no idea. I think these are current. I have no idea. I apologise if they're not. But these might look okay. Just add like a couple of little ones. Not really. Don't need to be very many, do they? Really? Put just one there, and maybe another one up there. Something like that. Something like that. No gems. Oh, sorry, girls. I wasn't paying any attention. It was lovely as it is. I don't think that takes away too badly from it. So hopefully that's okay. But yeah, I think you could have left it as it is. But you know me, I do like a bit of sparkle. Okay, so that is our finished card. Thanks, Ange. Thank you. Yeah, sparkle, says Nikki. So a little bit of watercolour pencil, not tricky. You can get to grips with it, but if you want to take your watercolouring up to another level, as I say, the membership is now open, so you can come and join us whenever you want here. If you want to know what it's all about, go and have a look. It's all explained. Everything is transparent with me. This is the stamp set Lifelong Friends, which is currently available if you want to go and buy that on my Stampin' Up store, which you can find here. And the papers are currently available too, which are lovely as well. So if you want any of those, you can go and do that. If by the time you watch this video they're not available, use whatever you've got in your stash, right? That's the whole point. So if you want the watercolour pencils, they're also available in the store. Have I forgotten anything? I think that's everything. So I hope you've enjoyed today. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I will see you again first week in April. So I don't know what that is. Not the first, is it? No, it'll be, that's good because I never like doing anything on April Fool's Day. The 7th of April. So literally almost a month today, I'll be back here with my free tutorials that I do every month on my YouTube channel. And if you'd like anything else and all the other tutorials that I do, we're having a whole month this month all about watercolour pencils. You can join us over in my Card Making Know-How Academy hub, where you'll be very welcome and we would love to see you. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been lovely to hang out with you for about, an hour, near enough. 45 minutes. Nice to hang out with you for 45 minutes. I hope you've had fun, and I will see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Get better, Nikki, and hope you're driving soon. Thanks ever so much for hanging around. Cheers. Bye.